Springfield is in for an evening filled with laughter, tears from laughter, and sore abs because comedian Crist is on tour and coming to Hammons Hall today. I'm so excited to welcome John to Unscripted. So John, so happy to have you.
Man, it is we're excited to be back. We coming through that area of the country many times, and every time it's full. I'm not sure why I'm doing this more I think the show's full. I think it's sold out. I could be wrong, but there may be like a handful of tickets left.
Exactly. So for our viewers out there that might be wanting to get their hands on those last minute tickets, John Crist Live, the tour, what is the theme of this year's tour? What can audience members expect?
Well, I'll tell you this, I'm gonna stop by the Bass Pro Shops and I'm gonna get some material there, and then I think we're gonna go to how far is Top of the Rock out there? Is it how's it close? An hour?
30, 45 minutes. You could definitely
Yeah, I might
kind of
pop
do.
by. I might sneak through Branson and see if I can get some inspiration.
Okay.
Now the show is every time we come to town, it's new. So if you've seen me before in town, it's a brand new show. I talk a lot about my parents, them trying to navigate social media, and at the same time, a lot of people have kids. They're trying to tell them about social media, and it's a whole the world is just whenever there's more wild things happening in the world, that unfortunately makes the comedy show better. So the more chaos there is on the planet, the better the comedy show.
Okay, so John, that was one of my later questions was where do you draw your inspiration from? Is it like just all the traveling you do, the crazy people you meet, the situations you're kind of thrust into? Like, are you just like, oh, that's good, that's good, that's good. Okay, make it into the next special.
Yeah, and we did on Monday and Tuesday night here in Nashville, we do like in essence like open mic night. So we try out the new jokes. And when we go on tour, when we load up the bus and take it out to the big theaters, all those jokes will be polished up. But I hate to say this, but I'm engaged. I'm getting married in October. My fiance is unfortunately a source of a lot of the humor, and I think everybody in a relationship would know that. Every time she says something and I pull out my phone, she goes, "Oh no, dude." She goes, "Is that going in the show?" I go, "I think so. I think so."
I think that's par for the course. When you get in a relationship with a comedian, just know you're gonna be the inspo. And I think that's a great
Yeah.
position to be in.
Yeah, she said the other day, she goes, this is all, I just got to take everything with a grain of sand. I go, a what? I go, I don't think that you said, I don't think you said that. She goes, I go, no, I think it's a grain of salt. She's like, well, it's the same. I go, no, it's actually much different. And then, yeah, it led to like an accidental hilarious situation.
I love that. Okay, so in your stand-up special, Emotional Support, you called yourself a comedian for the suburbs. So obviously you're going to be in great company here in Springfield. But
Oh yeah.
speaking of big cities versus the burbs, do you have a preference of where you perform? Do you like those large city, large venues, or kind of smaller city, smaller venues, more intimate?
Well, I mean, I like coming out to, in essence, everybody in Nashville with all the country singers out here. We're all loading up the tour bus and driving out into the country, driving out into across this country, and it's those cities that are like, we were in like Hiawassee, Georgia, and you're like, what on earth is? I mean, everybody's made every joke possible about L.A. and New York and Chicago, and going out to these cities. They're like, if you don't listen, if you never been to Branson, it's hard to explain.
Uh-huh.
But if you've been to Branson, you're like, what on earth is this place? It just opens. We get to a city pretty early in the day, and we take a tour around and kind of see what is of the city, and then you remember things from next time you come back to that city. That's what makes the shows. I mean, the Springfield is such a unique. Is the Blue Room, that comedy club, is shut down, isn't it?
Yeah, it's now the Springfield Comedy Club. So there's still a
Oh, it's
comedy
really?
scene, yeah.
Yeah, because I used to come through there a bunch when I was coming up as a comedian. There's plenty of jokes to be had in that downtown area of Springfield. If you never experienced it, is a unique place.
Yeah. Okay, so back in the day, because I listen to a lot of comedians and their podcasts, they always talk about it was, booking the big comedy store, and then it was booking, the HBO or Comedy Central special. Now it's like you want to get on the streaming platforms and social media. So do you ever wish the comedy scene would kind of revert back to the days of just booking the clubs? Or are you happy with the way it's
Ooh.
going?
Well, I would say any comic should be thrilled because now it used to be up to someone else if you became famous. You know, a booker in the back of the comedy club was like, let's go with him for the Tonight Show or whatever. And now you have people that have no credits, never had a Netflix special, never been on the Tonight Show, never done anything, and selling out gigantic rooms all across the country. I mean, comedy, think about it, there's probably 15 comedians doing arenas would never heard of, and then like a comic like me, there's probably 100 comics doing the theaters. 10, 15 years ago, the biggest comics in the country would come to the Blue Room or whatever the equivalent was at the time. And comedy is so big because it doesn't need any gatekeeper. You just see a reel online that you like. That's how I've become popular. And they go, I like that guy, I'm following him, I live in Missouri, oh, he's coming to Springfield, let's go to the show.
Yeah. Okay,
You should,
John.
if you're a comic, you should be thrilled at the landscape. And now there's a new thing every day. Now people are wanting to like be the streamers, go live, and you're like, my goodness, that's a lot of TikTok, Threads, all of it.
Yeah. Okay, and just really quick, rapid fire, one question. Biggest comedy inspiration for you, dead or alive?
Cat Williams.
Love it. All right, John Crist, everybody. He is live at Hammons Hall. You got to get your tickets before they're sold out. Head over to hammonshall.com. John, thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you.
Can't wait. We'll see you there.